Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to go over a very simple ICT/SMC pattern that comes up on the charts all the time and that you can start taking advantage of to really level up your trading. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So essentially what I'm going to do quickly is we're going to go over what the pattern looks like and how we can use it. So I have covered this pattern before, but because it's becoming so prominent in the charts recently, and I really want to show you it because I think you can take advantage of it and help you really do better in your trading, because I know that just from looking at the price action recently from what we have here, so this messy range, people have been struggling to really take advantage of it and perform well on the charts and in their trading. So let's go over what I wanted to really quickly then. So essentially when it comes to this pattern, what you're looking for very simply is you're looking for a trend. Okay, so you want price to be trending in a certain direction and it has to be clear, and this can happen on any time frame. We don't care about the time frame. I'd say the best time frames to really look for this are from the 5 minute upwards, so 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour. That's what you really want to use to confirm your trend. Now once you have your trend confirmed, the next thing you want to do is you want to look for some sort of consolidation. So you want price moving like this, and importantly in this stage you want some sort of liquidity being built. So as you can see here, we have liquidity, okay, and we have liquidity at this point as well being built, right? So we have, you can say, equals and equals on top. Now we could have it like this as well, where price is like that, so it's like trend line liquidity essentially. But what we want to see is we want to see liquidity being built in this area, aka consolidation, and that's where your liquidity is. The next thing you want to look for is above this liquidity area. Okay, important, it has to be above. We want to see a POI. Okay, so clearly here we have a nice POI, and that's what we're going to be targeting. But that's what we want to see. We want to see a really nice POI here, and then finally, you probably guessed it, we're going to see something like this. We want to see a manipulation move which takes this liquidity over here, taps into the POI, and then from here we have two choices for an entry. Either take it straight away like this, or we can look for some structural confirmations of a breakdown here and then take it down. But I'm just going to go like this really quickly, and as you can see, it makes sense, right? So we have prices trending to the downside. We start to see an exchange between buyers and sellers, causing consolidation and also causing the buildup of liquidity to the downside and to the upside. Then we get that manipulation move that takes the liquidity to the upside and taps into a POI, and then from here we get that move that pushes price down in line with the trend that price was going in before. And that's essentially what we will be looking for. Now if I go to here and invert the scale, this is the same thing we're going to be looking for a buy trade as well. So price is trending to the upside, it starts to range. We can have something like this as well, but I'm just going to put price like this for this example. Okay, so we have equals, and then price manipulates, grabs the liquidity from the downside, taps into a POI, and then we get that move to the upside. Very simple, really nice pattern that you can utilize in your trading, and it really is profitable. And essentially when it comes to taking the trade, I know I didn't do it in the previous example, but it's going to look like something like this. Oops, wrong one. Something like this. Stops just below the POI, and then you're targeting. So your minimum target is going to be this low here, but you essentially want all that liquidity to be taken out. So that's what I would target. It's probably something like this, and it will genuinely give you like a 1 to 5 or 1 to 3 risk reward. I think 1 to 5 is the most common one. It's something that I would take out my profits at, or at this low. So if I just invert the scale again, so that's what it looks like for a selling trade. Really nice, really simple setup that is very common at the moment, and it's something you can really take advantage of in the market. So now let's go in and have a look at some examples. Okay, so let's have a look at example number 1. So we're on the 15-minute time frame, and the first thing we have to look for is trend. And as we can see, we have this trend that's forming, which is really nice and really clean, that is moving to the downside really nicely. Okay, and so if we look over here, what we're looking for exactly is, now we're looking for, we have the trend, now we got to look for a really nice range, and as we can see, we have something here. So look, you can see price ends the previous day's New York session, then starts to range, then we get that move down, and we're essentially building liquidity over here at the moment, and we have liquidity very clearly with like equals at this point as well. So liquidity points there and liquidity points here as well for the time being, right? And at this point, now all we have to do is we have to look for POIs. Now this is a very good example because we actually have two. So we have one here to the high there, okay, and then we actually have one just above, just like that. So now when it comes to taking this trade, what you can do is you can take the trade from here, set your stops just above. So what's that? That's 4.6, go 5.1 really quickly, and then you can take it down to this low here. So that's the low there, that's where the liquidity is, and that's what's going to get targeted. This is a very good trade because it will give you a very nice risk to reward. Now what you can do in this case is push your stop up to about here, which is about 14.9. let's go 15.4, and it will give you a 3.39. but what it allows you to do is if you get triggered in here, price can push up, cover this area as well, and then roll over. Okay, so it's up to you which one you pick, or if you pick this one here, stops again just above, and then you can take it to here, and you get really nice risk reward. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for let's just go for this one, okay, and let's see how price performs. Let's play it, tapped in right there, and then you can see price pushes down really nicely. So that's a very cool 3.39 delivered straight away, because what we did is we went for the safe option. But as you can see, again, if you went for a more risky option, what you would have is you'd have your stop just above here, so 5.1, and that would have given you a really nice 10.24 risk reward trade. Really nice, really simple trade, really good understanding because you're with trend as well, so it's very, it's more high probability than trading against the trend, which is great. So that's one really good example. Now let's go over another really good example. This video is sponsored by Vantage Markets. If you are looking for a trusted broker, then look no further than Vantage Markets. I have been using them since 2018 and have enjoyed using them as my personal broker. They are a multi-regulated broker, and so they are reliable, and I have never had a problem when it comes to withdrawing or anything like that. They also have accounts with low spreads and commissions to make trading all the more worthwhile. So if you are interested, then make sure to click the link in my description to go check them out. Okay, so example number 2. So this is a really good example because it really does marry a couple different things together in order to really take this trade, and plus you get your confidence from the pattern that you have now learned. So essentially, let's just go to the 4-hour time frame really quickly because I want to show you what we are dealing with. So we have really nice structure on this pair. So I actually changed to Euro USD for this one, where we're moving to the upside really nicely. Okay, so trend 4-hour check, we know it's going up, right? Now if I go to where we are currently, we actually made a higher low, okay, at this point here. So there was the price leg from here to here, there's the higher low, and now we expect price to continue up and then essentially move up like that. Okay, so if we drop down to the 15-minute time frame to where I was here, so what we can see is we are slowly moving up and breaking and creating higher highs, and that's very important for this trade because what we want to do is we want to see if we can, 1, find the pattern, and 2, take advantage of it to take a really nice trade. Okay, so let's have a look. So what we can see is we actually had one yesterday. So we had this move up, we have the consolidation, we have that liquidity being built here. Let me show you like that. We had the liquidity to the upside, very clean. Sorry, there we go. And then price manipulates, grabs, and then there you get your trade, right? So that was the trade the previous day, exact same trade, right? So you'd probably look to enter, you'd probably have your thing here, but that's at the extreme. The second one will be this one for me. Stops would be, let's just go, what's that, 18 pips, it's quite a lot, isn't it? So I'd probably go for, let's just go for below here, 7.8, 8.3, target the high there, 5.34. Really nice trade, right? So that was a trade the previous day, but let's have a look at the trade we get today. So very clear order block here. We know we're going to enter there. What do we have? Do we have liquidity being built up? Yep. Very simply, liquidity here being built up, and then do we have some to the downside? Yes, we do as well. We have this liquidity here, and then we have that Asian low just before London Open, like that. Okay, so we have the liquidity. So now what we're expecting is price to come down into this POI. So let me just mark that out, and then we're expecting price to come into here like so. So something like this, maybe pull it in and then push to the upside. Very nice, very simple trade. And so again, what we do at this point is we'd probably have a pending order. We'd probably go like this, 8.7, let's go 9.2 or 3, let's just do that for now. And then again, your first target will be 3.3, but you can take it up to here as well, because we do know we have liquidity being built like that, and that being New York high, so the high of the day yesterday, the previous day, so we know that there's going to be a lot of liquidity at that point. So very simply, if I just play the candles, we get tapped in. So let's just move this to the left. We get tapped in at that candle there, and we are waiting to get taken out. Very nice. Just before this massive crash New York reversal that we get at this point here. So as you can see, very simple trade to take, very simple pattern to take, and it's something that works really well. And yeah, that's it. That's just a quick update for myself. I know I haven't been posting as regularly as I have previously. It's because I'm a bit busy now, and I do actually have a couple of massive projects for you guys in the works, coming out, you know, later this year, towards the end of the year. So stay tuned for that as well. That's really it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is useful. Comment below if it is or if it isn't, and I'll see you in the next one.